Hey everyone, Duct Tape Warrior here, and today I'm going to show you how to make these little hamburgers out of polymer clay. Okay, so to start off you're going to need some supplies. So I use an X-Acto knife, brown clay, tan clay, and to get this I mixed white and brown clay together, red clay, yellow, and I use this Sculpey Primo Accents in bright green. So it's kind of got a little sparkle to it. Use that for the lettuce. You're also going to need chalk pastels and some of these clay tools. So let's get started. Alright, to start off, let's make the bun. So just break off a piece of this clay and just probably need a little bit bigger piece actually. So let's do that. And roll it into a ball like that. And just put it on your surface and squish it until you have a nice round bun shape. There. So once you get a shape you're happy with, you can put that to the side and we'll use it when we're ready. Now we can start the top bun. So roll that into a ball like that, and this one just press it down. Let me zoom in here. Press it down with your fingers and you want to create a dome shape. So you want the bottom to be flat and the top to be rounded so that it looks like a hamburger bun. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's bread and bread has imperfections in it, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And sometimes what you may find is that the bottom part of the hamburger bun might be too big to match, so you want to make sure that they're the same size. And if they aren't the same size, easy way to fix this is put your top bun on the bottom one and with an X-Acto knife cut around it so it will match. And it's not going to look perfect, I can nearly guarantee you, because it's just not. It's going to end up something like this. And there we go. It's going to end up like this, so you're just going to want to smooth out any rough edges like that. So now they match. Alright, so now we can set those two aside and let's get started on the hamburgers. So what you're going to want to do is you want to take brown clay and cut a little piece off and just kind of mold it and prepare the clay with your fingers so it's really malleable and easy to work with. So once you did that, you want to put it into a ball. So roll it on your table, roll it on your hands, anyway, whatever you're more comfortable with. Then you can squish it till you have a bun shape. And I actually grabbed too much clay for this, so I have to start over. So you just want to squish it until you have a nice bun shape, And when I say bun shape, you want it so it will be about the same size as the bottom hamburger bun. So it will fit on nicely. You could even make it a little smaller if you wanted. I like making mine the same size, but you can do whatever feels best for you. So once I have a shape I'm happy with, I'm going to set that aside and I'm going to make another one because I am going to make a stacked hamburger. Like the one you saw in previous, this one, it's got 2 patties on it. You can also make it like this one and have 1. Either way is fine, whatever you're most comfortable with. So I'm just going to roll this out again and squish it down. Put that aside. Later we're going to texture them, probably with a needle tool or tinfoil. Alright, now let's do the cheese. So I'm just going to grab some yellow clay and I'm going to cut off a piece of it. You always want to cut off more than you need instead of less than you need because it's harder to get more clay added to it than it is to just take off some. So what we're going to do is we're going to swish this out till it's thin enough, about that thin, and we're going to cut a square. You don't have to use exactly this yellow color if you don't want to. I just use this because this is what I had on hand. So next you're just going to pinch the edges and make it look more like cheese. Like that. And then set that aside and we'll make another one. So alright, now we can make the tomato. Just gonna cut off a piece of that. And the tomato, you can't always see the tomato extremely well, but that's okay, because I mean a lot of people don't put tomato on their burgers, so if you don't want to put tomato on at all, then you don't have to. It can even be used as ketchup, either way. So we're gonna smush that out. And you're gonna kind of cut a circle. Again, doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Once you have your circle, you're just gonna flatten it out. Like that. And you can also just stretch it out a little bit. It's clay, so it's pretty malleable. Alright, so far we have our 2 patties, our buns, our cheese, and our tomato, or ketchup. So what's missing? Lettuce. So you're going to take your green clay and cut a piece off. This part I like doing the best because it's really fun to create. So you're just going to kind of play with it a little bit, make it nice and moldable. I find that the accents clay is a little harder to work with, but that's okay. So what you're going to do is you're just going to flatten it out like so, and if it gets a little broken, that's fine. It really doesn't matter that much. And next, what you're going to do is you're going to take a needle tool. You can even use the tip of a blade. I like using a needle tool because it's easier for me personally. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take this needle tool and drag it across the lettuce like that. And zoom in. Come on, focus. I'm just gonna drag it across the lettuce. There we go. Nope. There we go. So that you're happy with it, you can take it, and there you have it. There's your lettuce. I'm going to texture a little more on the side. There. Alright. So now that we have that, we can start assembling our hamburger. So, we're going to take our bottom bun, and we're going to put the first patty on the bun, like so. And we're going to take a needle tool and just kind of texture that first patty, just to make it look more realistic. You can use tinfoil for this part. Needle tool, tinfoil, anything that will really texture it would work perfectly. So there's our little bun. And now we're going to take our first piece of cheese and see if you find that your cheese is too big, just cut off a couple of edges like that. Stretch it out a little, make it look more like cheese. And then just lay it over the top, like that. What I like to do is I like to press it down on the corners so it looks like it's overlapping. And it's kind of melted on the patty, like melted cheese goodness. Alright, and now we're going to take our next patty and put it right on top and smush it down. You might find that your bottom bun gets a little smushed out of shape. If it does, just gently mold it back into place. Now on this one I'm going to use tin foil. So you just kind of want to roll it around there. Like that. Oops. Like so. Then we're going to take our next piece of cheese and I'm going to trim it down because I haven't made it the right size. Once you do that, you're going to stretch it out again and put it over your burger. Like that. So you have a double-decker hamburger patty so far. Now we're going to put on our lettuce. It does not have to be in this order. This is just my preference. So I'm trimming my lettuce down right now because I found that it was going to be a little bit too big. And what I like to do personally is on our lettuce, I like to cut off the textured side. And I like to lay that over the edge so it kind of saves a little space in the middle so the top patty, the top bun, excuse me, would fit better on there. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to so it looks like it's kind of crumbling a little bit. Like that. Ta-da! Now we can put our ketchup or tomato, however you prefer it. We can put that on it. This isn't a required part. Like I said, it doesn't really show up much, but you can just put it on there for the heck of it. So that's our hamburger so far. Or cheeseburger, whichever terminology you prefer. Now we're going to take our top bun and just smush it down on the top. Make sure you maintain that dome shape so that it will look like the top of a bun, or the top of a hamburger bun. So that's your hamburger. The next step is optional. you don't have to do this. I like doing it personally, but that's just a personal preference. So what I like to do is I like to take my chalk pastels and take my needle tool and just kind of scrape off a little piece of it. One of my brushes, I'm just going to get the pastel on it and just brush it up against my hamburger so it gets a baked texture to it. You kind of have to brush it up against it quickly just to get it that burnt texture, so it's kind of like a golden brown. You can also use a darker brown. Just be careful because once you get it on, it's really hard to get it off. So if you're not really familiar with chalk pastels, I wouldn't suggest using the dark brown. So there, that's should be what it looks like. I know mine isn't perfect, but you get the gist of it. So there you have it, your little double-decker cheeseburger or hamburger, whichever you prefer. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you'd like to see more videos like this, comment below. I would love to see some new subscribers on my channel. And I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you all later.